Okay, so I think this time so September 29th, 2020, Tuesday. I think this time we have the almost the full house team. Other than some of the Shanghai team are not here, and we have Chen Hao here. I'm pretty happy. Chen Hao can finally join us. Um, haven't seen you on the meeting for quite a while. It's good. You're still in Japan, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
I am.
cool, cool. So as we mentioned last time, we're gonna talk about DNASwap as a new product. Will be launched in a week or so. Um, so we have Oliver here to tell us about the tokenomic of a DNA swap. We originally wanted a demo, but we have a little trouble with this MetaMask. So MetaMask banned our website, say it's not allowed something. So we are still in talk with them. So it won't be a demo today, but let let's have Oliver to give a quick introduction of the project. He's currently in Shanghai, China right now, but
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, Oliver, it's yours.
So I'll talk very briefly about what we have planned with regards to the tokenomics of DNASwap. And basically what we're trying to do with DNASwap is that we're hoping to leverage the strength of the Ethereum community and obviously improving upon current AMMs, economic systems, as well as in like technical infrastructure. So basically the way we want to do this is by using a new token called the Gene token. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. But basically, the reason why we have the Gene token is because we want it to be an integral part of DNASwap because we want to use it to build not only liquidity, but on our swap, but also ensure its long-term sustainability. And so we're thinking also about using Metaverse DNA because it's a high-performance public blockchain, and the blockchain has, well, the blockchain development team has years of experience working in this industry. So we think that we're really well positioned to bring this product when to the market when it's ready. So let me now talk a little bit more about the Gene token itself. So the Gene token will be used for two main reasons. First, it's to incentivize liquidity, as I said just before. And the second reason that we wanted to use the Gene token was also to incentivize people to trade on our DNASwap, because that's something that we realized over the past few months, especially during this DeFi summer. Most people didn't liquidity is very easy to move away from one platform to another, from one protocol to another. But we think that by incentivizing people to stay on the swap by offering incentives to trade on our DNASwap, we'll keep them on our platform, and this will really help our sustainability in the future, the sustainability of our product in the future. So in terms of allocation and economic system, the way we decided to distribute this token is we will provide, I think, all of it to the community, and we will split it in two different ways. The first way is 90% will be dedicated to liquidity mining, and we will proportionally distribute the tokens to the LPs as well as people who lock both DNA, ETP, DNA and ETP, and we will use 10% of the total token supply to do transaction mining. And basically the idea behind that is that the first set of incentive is designed to create deep liquidity pools, and the second set of incentive is really to ensure that traders come and trade. And basically the reason why we're doing this is because we hope that by providing more liquidity, like people will be incentivized to trade, and but by trading, they will at some point receive some rewards, and hopefully this will generate additional trading fees, which will generate additional incentives for our liquidity providers to provide liquidity. And hopefully what we're trying to do is like we're trying to create a virtuous circle around our like DNASwap, so that people use it like to trade in an efficient manner, in a very efficient manner. So basically, our current model is similar to Uniswap and SushiSwap, because we believe that the community is very important to operate this new product. But we realized that one of the mistakes of SushiSwap was to not provide enough clarity with its token economics at the very beginning, because it was started as an experiment. So we decided to take more time to think about like the way we gonna introduce the token economics of our product. And the way we intend to do this is we introduce a new economic model where 0.3% of all profits earned by the protocol are used to purchase back the GENE token after our swap, like after our swap launches on Ethereum. And we will also, as I said before, leverage transaction mining incentives. And so the way we're gonna operate, so let me first talk a little bit more about the GENE distribution, and then I will talk more about our roadmap, and then we can have like an open discussion on this product. So basically, we will have 200 million GENEs token, which will be pre-minted, and then we release these rewards gradually in the following manner. First, during the first 10 days, we will have liquidity providers will receive most of the tokens, because we believe that they're one of the most important success factor of this project. And then from the 11th to the 170th day, the liquidity providers will receive lower rewards. And 10%, so during the first 170th day, we will basically print 90% of our total token supply. And then the remaining 10% will be distributed at like as trading incentives once we transition to from Uniswap liquidity pools to DNASwap liquidity pools. And one thing to be aware of is that during the first 10 days, we will reward liquidity miners at a rate of 1,000 GENE per block. And after the first 10 days, we will reduce these rewards to 100 rewards per block. And so we're doing this because we really hope to create a lot of liquidity around our product very quickly, and we understand that it's very important to incentivize liquidity providers quickly to create momentum around the product. So that's the reason why we decided to do this. And then basically, our roadmap is as follows. So during the first 30 days, we will incentivize liquidity via Uniswap pools and a locking mechanism. And then actually, I'll talk about that later. But so that's the first thing. And then after the initial 30 days, we will initiate our migration of the liquidity pools from Uniswap to the Ethereum version of DNASwap. And then once our liquidity pools are set up on Metaverse DNA swap, on DNASwap, we will continue the liquidity mining program until the 170th day. And during this period, we will also initiate the first phase of our buyback program. And the first phase of the buyback program, we use our the 0.3% of fees generated by the protocol to buy back the gene token, but also permanently burn the token. So we're creating scarcity and value for our early supporters. And from the 170th day of our liquidity program, this will end our liquidity program, and we will start our transaction mining program because we hope to encourage traders to trade on our protocol, generate additional fees for our liquidity providers. And during the second phase of our buyback, we intend to use the gene token spot back, and we distribute the token spot back to the liquidity providers. And we intend to do this continuously so that like we're creating that virtuous cycle that I was talking about, where hopefully liquidity providers provide a lot of liquidity, which means that traders are incentivized to trade on DNASwap because the liquidity is great and the slippage is very low. And then you have the liquidity providers, which have an incentive to stay on, to remain LPs because they receive the fees. They receive a portion of the fees bought back in form of gene token, which should increase in value as we keep purchasing back the token, and we're creating a stronger product as we evolve. So that's basically what we're trying to do with DNASwap. We're also from a more technical side. I'm probably not the best not the best person to talk about it in details, but I've got a broad overview of what we're trying to achieve. So I'll also explain that. So given that we hope to use a decentralized cross-chain solution to facilitate liquidity migration, we are currently analyzing different options, and we are currently exploring more specifically two options. The first one is to use DNA as a layer 2 solution, which would considerably reduce the gas costs that are generated on Ethereum. And like we might also use our layer 2 solution to integrate with other blockchain. And the other option that we're exploring is to completely migrate the DNASwap on DNA chain in the next couple of months. But in the meantime, we're still doing a lot of research because we hope to do the migration So like if we were to migrate cross-chain, we hope to do this in a more decentralized manner. And we're still figuring out like the best way to do this, because we have looked at what other projects were doing, and when projects are migrating liquidity from Ethereum to another chain right now, they usually do it in a very centralized manner, and we're not very comfortable with doing that. So we're still exploring options. Obviously, in this process, we welcome the community feedback, and yeah, that's pretty much the overview that I have for everybody so far.
Yeah. Okay, Oliver. Thank you. But did you actually decide the size of the pool, and what are the tokens in the liquidity
Oh,
pool one,
yes,
liquidity two?
of course. Sorry, I missed that part. And that's actually the very important. So in terms of pools, we will have obviously a Gene USDT pool. We will have the USDT ETH pool, the DNASwap ETH pool, and UNII, which is a very promising project started by an anonymous community. And basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to improve the governance process on Uniswap. So those are the main pools that we're like hoping to launch, and we're also considering launch using MXC ETH, which is an exchange token, and ZB ETH, which is another exchange token. And we're still exploring ways to collaborate with those two exchanges as well. So at this point, this would be the eligible Uniswap pools that we're considering. In terms of rewards, which is also very important, so basically every block during the first 10 days, we're going to issue 1,000 genes. And the way we're going to split this is we're going to provide 40% of that 1,000 genes to the Gene USDT liquidity providers, which represents a bonus of 16x. And the rest of the liquidity pools, which are USDT ETH, MXC ETH, UNI ETH, UNII ETH, and ZB ETH, will receive each 2.5% of the 1,000 gene rewards per block. And so that's the first way to receive rewards. We have also added another way to receive rewards, because we want to also promote the metaverse ecosystem here. And that way is to lock DNA token, ETP token, and DLP token. I'll explain DLP in a bit, for 15 days. And so the DNA token, if you lock your DNA token for at least 15 days, you are eligible to receive about 37.5% of the 1,000 genes per block. And for ETP, if you lock your ETP, you're going to be eligible to receive 5% of the 1,000 gene per block. And DLP is to also incentivize people who are currently staking DNA within supernodes, because like we want to be inclusive to everybody in the metaverse community, and we don't want people who are currently locking their DNA to be excluded of those rewards. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a snapshot of the wallets which are currently locking their DNA in supernodes, and we will distribute DLP tokens to those people. And if those people lock those DLP, they will be eligible to receive 5% of the 1,000 rewards per block during the first 10 days. So that, I think that's really important. Like that's also really good incentives for people within the DNA and ETP ecosystem to join this initiative.
So let me understand this. For liquidity mining, we need to have a DNA token on ERC20, and
Yes,
exactly. We need to have a ETP token on ERC20.
Yep.
And there was another one called LP token that to help people actually logged their DNA already, just to
Yes.
For them still be able to participate, right?
Exactly. And I think that we're gonna have bridge. Like I think that our bridges are ready for people to like receive the DNA ERC20 and ETP ERC20. So like we're just making the last few we're just fixing the last few problems, and then once this is ready, like people can start joining.
So let me ask you this: if I have ETP token, where can I get the ETP ERC20 token? Where should I go?
So the first step would be to like. That's actually a good question. Yeah.
Okay, maybe we can ask RightBTC to do the conversion.
Yeah, I think that right now, like what we're gonna do is we gonna have like collaborations with different exchange, including RightBTC, and then like the exchange will help the customers to change the tokens from the metaverse chain into an ERC20 token equivalent. And we decided to do that with exchanges because like it's easier for our current community to do this, a more like
Sven, is it too hard to do it in the Light wallet, or it's too rushed to do it?
Yeah, I think it would be possible. We just need to know what the conditions are. Like maybe just send it to a special deposit address along with a message, like who should receive the ERC20.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you need to you need to specify the receiving address, right?
But yeah, I think it should be it should not be too hard. We can add it, and it might also be a good test for the DNASwap later when we like move the DNA tokens from the MST to the DNA chain.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Why don't you take this discussion offline with Oliver and his team?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No. It's also important to have like a more decentralized solution for community members who are more technical. It's just that we felt that in order to simplify the procedure, maybe going through like centralized exchange at first might make the transition more smooth.
I mean, another option is that all the liquidity will be provided by the foundation, for example, so that you just take out I don't know 1 million ETP from the ETP chain and issue ERC20, and if you want to get it, you can buy it on DNASwap.
1 million probably not enough. I sense that a lot of people want to
But
play.
if it's not enough, then the foundation can just add more liquidity.
Yeah. Okay.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be every single user, but of course that would be better if we can do it. But I also think there should be a dashboard or some other way, maybe on the Explorer, to have an overview of how many ERC20s are issued and how many are held by this issuer.
Well, that's fair, because if you see a lot of ETP token convert to ERC20, that means there won't be a lot of exchange selling pressure. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, we need to let everybody know that, just to be open and transparent.
Yep.
Sounds
We'll
good. Why don't you talk it out offline? But thank you,
Sure.
Oliver. Anyone has question about DNASwap? And I think this will be launched within a week.
Yeah, we're really trying to push quickly, but at the same time, we want to make sure that the system is secure, because we don't want to, we don't want to get into like any problems.
Yeah.
Like they, again.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Anyone else have questions about this product? Okay, cool. Thank you, Oliver.
Eric, I don't have a question, but can I share a feeling?
Yeah, please.
Sure.
Okay, Oliver.
Yeah.
Hang on, guys. I got two screens going here, so just give me a sec. There we go. I want to say good morning and very nice meeting you, Oliver. I've met the rest of the people working with Eric, and I'm having a lot of fun. I didn't realize the depth of what you guys have been creating with DNASwap, and I'm excited. Questions will come later, but cool. If we can help from our end, let us know.
For sure, will do.
Okay.